Oh, fuck, it's time already. My bad. I was just catching a snooze real quick underneath a few books. I just finished reading chapter 11 all the way to the end of Resident Evil: The Umbrella Conspiracy. If you haven't checked out the first part, I'd recommend it, just so you're up to Hugo speed on everything going on. If you're ready, we hope you enjoy our final episode on Resident Evil: The Umbrella Conspiracy by S.D. Perry. I'm going back to bed.
Welcome back to Perusing Stinky Tombs. Welcome to part 2 of Umbrella Conspiracy. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you should probably do that. P.U. What a stinky tomb.
Yeah, the excitement. Yeah, the excitement wore off real fucking quick.
It is funny that, like, I think my favorite part of this book overall, now that we finished it, is genuinely, I think, the first 3 chapters. I think, looking back, my favorite parts are when before they get to the mansion, are my favorite parts of the book, because it's I think the part where they have to do the most amount of work coming up with bullshit.
Wow, really? I so disagree. These last chapters, I mean, I did say, like, oh, it's so cool. It's like doing a walkthrough. It's like reading a walkthrough, and it's so accurate. It's so fun. But man, reading about a walkthrough of a video game is far less interesting than playing said video game, because the last, how many fucking chapters did we just read? Like 10 chapters?
It was 11 to 21.
11 to 21. So yeah, these last 10 chapters that we read, I mean, man, they were...
It'd be 11 chapters, including the epilogue, because you would count 11.
Oh, the epilogue is also the same.
So it'd be 12 chapters.
It's literally just a video game. I like it. I'm reading a fucking AGDQ.
See, you say that, but... And I'm not going to lie, this is where I feel like it deviates from the video game in a boring way. I remember for the bulk of these chapters, I remember for the first half of the book, whenever they do a puzzle, I feel like they spend a long time on it. And then by chapter 11,
they give up.
They just give up. Then Chris and Jill are experiencing the game at the exact same time, so they have to split up how they're doing it. So then things just start happening.
Yeah.
Related note, because I did tally some interesting things from the last episode.
Let's have some math thrown at us. Let's have some tallies and sums.
Really, it's just one tally. How many times do you think that they said, I want you to guess, how many times do you think they said copter, and how many times do you think they said helicopter? Now, both are double digits, but copter is only in dialogue.
Dude, I mean, that's all they fucking talk about in the last part. The last few things, they keep talking about Brad Vickers fucking off with the, I don't know, man. It has to be like 26. 28.
You are so close.
Really?
27 copters.
I was.
Helicopter is used 19 times. I think only once in dialogue. Copter is used 27 times, mostly in dialogue.
There's a lot of repeating. It felt like these last few chapters.
Beretta, Remington. Can never switch
saying
it up.
Shotgun, never saying handgun, just Remington. Beretta.
Using magazine and clip interchangeably. Magazine, clip.
It's like when you're a kid and you don't want to write, you're in fucking English class, you don't want to write anything, so you just kind of add adjectives and reuse the same fucking words again and again and again and again. That's what it felt like reading the final few chapters of this. Felt like it just felt like they had a word quota and they had to fucking push it.
It does just really feel like it lost its steam. Let's I don't know. Let's
go.
Let's get into it. Let's get nasty. Unless you want to talk about, have you been reading anything else recently, Billy?
Honest to God, no.
I've been reading Malazan Book of the Fallen again, and that's a lot of fun.
What is that?
It's
Malazan
Book of the Fallen. It's a big old fantasy series. Have you reading that again?
Oh yeah, I just did not have time recently, unfortunately.
Wow.
The worst part is I have a few books I want to read. I just never got around to it. It's unfortunate.
I have Alien Pregnant by Elvis on my shelf that I gotta read.
Yeah, we talked about that. We just talked about that.
Oh, well, because I was doing some digging and I found out that there was also...
we discovered shit. There's so much more. There's a lot of Resident Evil to go around, apparently.
We found some Resident Evil novelizations of the movies, which I did not know existed. And then we found the Holy Grail that there are novelizations of Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3 for some reason.
Quite frankly, I think that's nothing compared to the fucking XXX Return of Xander Cage official movie novelization. I'm never gonna get over that. That is so fucking insane. Also, I don't know why it's called Titan XXX. Is it because they were scared that people would type in XXX and expect like a fucking porn thing?
I'm looking for bald, not bald porn.
Yeah, I'm looking for Vin Diesel bald. I'm not looking for anything else. I love it because there are so many fucking. There's an author review that is. Wait, hold on. I'm seeing some author on author violence in the Goodreads review for XXX Return of Xander Cage. Yes. So another writer called Daith Banger has commented and said, "No future in this book. I don't see any future for this author and this whole story. It is silly and full of cliche." 1 star. Can you believe that?
Click on their profile. Let me see their books.
I can't tell. How to Talk to Anyone. Brain on Porn.
Okay.
Poem and songs. Facts which will blow your mind. Fact number 1.
Dude, Daith Banger, official author kill author. Let me take a look at this guy.
His picture isn't even of him.
Yeah, he is doing the 2015.
What is this?
Oh my God. I went to his author blog spot and it's in Russian. And the first thing is, if Daith Banger he's doing AI debates of himself. If Daith Banger were to take the stage in a debate against 2 Muslims on the Quran, jihad, and related topics,
my God!
No, you've fallen down a hole where he's just posting on his blog spot AI debates of himself versus Christianity. And, oh my God!
Oh my God! What have I done? Oh my God! What the fuck? Daith Banger versus Christianity and Muslim.
Billy, I think we may have found some mental illness because I have to just read his before he does his own AI. Oh my God! I know we're talking about Resident Evil, but just a little side tangent.
Yeah. We have to go through this. This is, or else we're never going to move on from this. I found his blog spot,
and I'm on his last non-AI post, and let me just read it.
Yes.
Hello, it's Michael. I am Andrew, non-binary, gigabyte, next generation, new gender. Out of 72 genders, I'm gender 73, exclusive and all impulsive. Hey, it's Andrew. Where we were young, we were playing hide and suck. Let's suck and slide. I like massive cocks being drawled into my mouth. Yummy, tasty, awesome. Also gay. I am gay. I'm kind of gay, and I am Andrew, and I like to watch gay porn. Kind of gay, almost gay. Bisexual porn is also amazing. I watched Me and My Penis. I am bona fide dick sucker. So die wasted talents. Fuck you. I hate you. Here is proper take. I hate gays. I am against watching live dick sucking. And guess what? We don't need pride parades. We need execution showers. Die. Little bit of comedy. Everybody dies at the end. DJ nowadays are like OnlyFans models. WTF? Why DJ women even exist? Dressed properly. Why are you dressed in whole whoa me mode? Fuck you. I am back and I am angry as Eminem. Mom is angry when Eminem started rapping against her. I do comedy against my friends and tell jokes, but I am not killing it. What am I doing wrong? Justin Bieber face looked like parody child from 50s, which could have been in Michael Jackson's backyard and getting fucked.
I'm actually genuine speechless. You're right. That sounds like I don't even know what to say about that. That's just
over and over again he writes, I am Andrew and I am against all pride parades, over and over again. And I'm just so
man, I'm starting to think maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to the novelization of The Return of Xander Cage.
I think he's got to be wrong about the novelization of Return of Xander Cage, because some of this is trying to write like poetry, but
this might be good.
Yeah, no,
Xander
Return
Cage
of Xander Cage might be good. I would not trust Daith Banger and their Russian blog spot.
Fellas, Xander Cage is back, and so are we with chapter 11.
Okay, so let's get into this. Our first POV take is going to be Jill and Barry. We get Jill and Barry, and then Chris and Rebecca, and then a bit of Wesker at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, I was wrong, fellas. I was wrong. Last time we were doing this book, I said there was no Jill sandwich.
We get the Jill sandwich on page 137, right there.
There it is. Lucky for you, another couple of seconds, you would have been a Jill sandwich.
Followed by Jill smiled back gracefully, nodding, but noticed that he seemed a little strained. The humor forced. I love that S.D. Perry tries to contextualize in this next 12 chapters. S.D. Perry tries their best in a fucking and I have to give them props for this. They attempt to contextualize the bad humor and bad writing of Resident Evil 1.
It's awesome. I do like that the way that it's written, like it seems a little strained. How I saw it in my head was like, bro is eating a whole ass lemon, staring at the screen, like.
This is where so chapter 11 through the epilogue is where I realized as well that I'm like, okay, S.D. Perry has probably played the game, or at least watched somebody play the game, like 100%. Like this is where I'm locked in. At first I was like, maybe they had like a book or something from like Capcom, or maybe like a Resident Evil Bible of sorts that they just based it off. No, this is where I'm like, okay, they did play the game,
they
and
definitely
probably
had to play the
even
game.
Resident Evil 2. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this because this is just our Barry and Jill POV is really just a lot of Barry and Jill yapping about puzzle. We need the crests. I need the crests.
We need to find the crests. If we find the crests, we can go find Wesker. We can go find Chris. But maybe they're dead. Maybe they're not dead. Who knows? Let's go find puzzle. Finish the puzzle.
And I do love I did also mark out on the following page, which is just, we're getting a lot of sad Barry.
Oh.
He did seem tired. There were dark circles under his eyes, and his wide shoulders were slumped.
I love how even it never ends. It just never ends how fucking horny she is.
Well, it's like
him.
It gets a little bit less horny about Barry, and now I feel like every time Barry appears in the following chapters, it's like he has to piss.
Yeah, it does.
Like he's written like, oh, he was shaking, he was shittering, he was shuddering, he was looking uncomfortable. What the freak is wrong with Barry? Maybe like it's always just Barry's paranoid, Barry's freaking out. What's going on here? And he's just got to be like sitting there, putting his fingers together, going, I'm not helping Wesker. Stop.
There's nothing going on really. It switches back to Chris and Rebecca, and Rebecca just explains like, I played the piano. It's so strange to me that
Bayer's corpse is found, remember, though.
Oh, that's right. That's
Forrest
right. Yeah, just straight up. Forrest Bayer is dead.
The laughing southern good old boy with his ratty clothes and easy grin was no more. That Forrest was gone, leaving behind a bloody, lifeless imposter slumped against a wall. Love that the Resident Evil book gives characterization at the beginning to Forrest Bayer, even though we know he's going to die. By the way, I have since played Resident Evil 1.
Oh, you
so
have?
I did not get to the very end of the game, but I have played up until the very end of labs until I got annoyed.
Well, I'm going to be real. You read this book, you played the game because it's literal, very literal.
This is something that we talked about where I feel as though you can use the kind of like first 10 chapters as a guidepost, because I did, but for the game itself, I feel as though the puzzles are not as well explained. Plus, splitting up Jill and Chris throughout these following chapters and them kind of solving puzzles that both of them would have seen separately while also trying to figure out what to do with them had to be hard work.
It probably did.
Like, I think at one point Wesker solves a puzzle that you have to solve in the game just because we need those POVs.
Yeah, he does the crest puzzle.
Yeah, he does the crest puzzle, and then he also knocks over the vase from the balcony.
Yep.
Yeah, this POV with Rebecca and Chris, it's just birds come at them. Birds, lots of birds, the big bulbous bird.
Lots of evil fucking birds.
Claire is mentioned on page 145. Chris is looking at Rebecca and thinking about his sister, Claire.
Yeah, then it moves on to another POV. I like this Wesker POV.
Wesker's
because
POV is really fun, I think.
It's fun because she had to make him literally the most evil son of a bitch of all time. I love this description here where it talks about this Dr. Ellen Smith, and this is Wesker's POV.
Oh, I did save this because I wrote let me tell you I know what you're going to read, and I want you to read it out.
Let me read it.
But let me tell you my note for this, which I wrote.
Okay.
Wesker is a nice guy gooner?
He is a nice guy, Goot. I don't know about that.
Read this paragraph on 148.
He had tried to get a date with her ever since he'd moved to Raccoon, drawn in by her long legs and platinum blonde hair. He'd always been partial to blondes, particularly smart ones. Aw, Wesker.
Oh, you didn't even do the right after the following, the grossest one? Not only had she repeatedly turned him down, she hadn't even tried to be nice about it.
It gets even worse when he starts describing her as Ice Queen. She was the Ice Queen.
She'd coolly informed them she was his superior and a doctor and would be addressed as such. Ice Queen through and through. If she hadn't been so damned good looking, he wouldn't have bothered in the first place. And then he sees her as a zombie, shoots the shit out of her, and then writes, her legs were still long, but they'd lost a lot of their appeal, not to mention a fair amount of skin. He's still thinking about, damn, she may be rotted flesh, but them legs, though.
I fucking love how long the legs are, because I just imagine she's on fucking stilts,
it's like
dude.
she had legs for days. I looked
Legs
up and
for
I heard my
days.
neck pop. Wesker's just a little gnome.
Exactly how I thought.
Wesker is great in this because he's not written as like the kind of like the I'm Wesker, Albert Wesker. I'm fucking fucked up and evil. He's written as I'm a little gnome. I'm a little horny gnome. I'm a little horny umbrella gnome.
He totally is. He absolutely is just a horny little gnome, dude.
He is written like a gamer.
It's so fucking funny.
Immediately after his crash out where he starts, I need the fucking crests, and he starts throwing shit around the room and breaking the office because he needs those crests. And that's really that's chapter 11. Chapter 12.
Yeah, chapter 12. I'm going to be real. I didn't even mark a single thing in this chapter.
I have a couple.
This chapter has like nothing going on really. There's like almost 5 pages of Jill just trying to figure out a puzzle and walking around and then getting jump scared by the...
looking at a paper, looking at a page, looking at a computer, looking at...
Yeah.
Walking down a corridor.
Dude, she literally even fucking... I hate that after 5 pages of being like, what does this do? What does that do? Wait, can I do this? She just goes... Every riddle has more than one answer, Jilly. Don't forget it.
Ah, yes, I did also mark that, where she's thinking of things that her dad told her, where it's just, I'm going to walk around, I'm going to be on computer. I did also on the previous page, 154 instead of 155, I did mark after Jill kills another zombie with a bunch of kicks to the neck. Jill stepped over the limp body and ran around the corner, swallowing back bile. She was convinced that the pitiful creatures roaming the halls were victims somehow, just as much as Becky and Pris had been, and releasing them to death was a kindness, but they were also a menace, not to mention morbidly unwholesome. I've never heard anybody...
morbidly
POV,
unwholesome.
oh man, these zombies are morbidly Jill turning into a southern debutante.
Giving me the heebie-jeebies.
These zombies are giving me the hibby-jibbies. They are morbidly unwholesome. Oh, I do declare.
So fucking real, dude. Oh my god.
I mean, you just get a lot of... It's literally Jill puzzle, Jill puzzle, Jill puzzle.
Yeah,
Jill Beretta. Barry.
Chris and Rebecca, they're doing the snake fight now, the infamous snake fight.
I'm sad that Richard is just dead when they get there. I am a little sad that we don't get a little Richard.
Yeah, I also love this line right here where they just start talking this description of a big dark cylinder and a big dark cylinder that's moving, and then realization like, oh shit, that's a snake.
160 and a dark cylinder shot out of the opening lightning fast. It was as big around as a dinner plate, and it hit the wall inches from his right leg, wood crunching from the impact. Oh shit, that's a snake. That's in the book. It's just, and it's not. He doesn't say it out loud. It's interior thought.
Interior thought. Oh shit!
Oh shit! That's a snake. There's another one of those later that I think Jill has.
The inner monologue is always fantastic.
The inner monologue gets better throughout this because it's just reactionary.
Because there's nothing else to say or do about what's happening. So it's all inner monologue. Just Rebecca, Chris, and Jill going, what the fuck?
Is it weird that Chris, because the snake comes back in the game, right? Chris just kills the snake here.
He just fucking murders.
He just murks it.
Dude, a lot of the action scenes are so short. They're like less than a page most times.
Well, yeah, action you want to keep fast and snappy. I do understand that. I'm just surprised that it doesn't come
like
back at all.
There's like no struggle. There's like not really any struggle. He just like shoots it dead in the eye, like fucking twice or something, and then bam, done. We move on.
Well,
we go to
they pick up the crest, and Chris has the interior thought, maybe because you were almost snake food for picking it up. Ooh. As he picks up the crest, he's like, oh, I was almost a fucking snake dinner. Now, again, remembering the context this book is written in, I'm remembering the year this book is in 98. This book is written and published in 98, so...
When was Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones was the 80s?
It was 80s, but was there... No, that's ridiculous. I don't think there would be an Indiana Jones revival in the 90s. Because
this is why I always say to when people say Marvel writing in terms of like, he's right behind me, isn't he? I'm like, that doesn't really work. I feel like it's more like whimsicore Whedon-esque in a way, where it's very...
It is very... This is very Whedon-esque.
They're right behind me, ain't they?
And the closing line of his POV is fantastic. As he closed the door behind them, Chris realized suddenly that although he'd never cared before, he now absolutely hated snakes. Wah, wah.
Yeah. And then we get Barry thinking about his wife and kids being like, herm. My wife and daughters, herm. I gotta get those crests.
He does meet up back with Barry, with Chris and... No, I don't think... I think Rebecca is like somewhere else.
No, he finds and very nearly ran into Chris Redfield and Rebecca Chambers. Yeah. Barry runs into... They get like the sit rep on the situation, basically. They talk about the cool snake.
They talk about the snake. They talk about how there's a virus and there's a secret research facility on the estate, and they have to find it.
A lot of paragraphs of Barry talking to Chris and then flipping over to, you're a liar, Barry, using your friends the way Wesker's using you, playing on their trust. You could have told them what was really going on. Let them help you. Put a stop to it.
Dude, Barry is just freaking depresso, brother.
He's so sad. And then Barry finishes the puzzle for Wesker, and it's the, why don't you finish the puzzle, Mr. Burton? This Wesker would love Joker 2019, Billy.
I mean, I think every single Albert Wesker would love
I think
the
every
Joker
Wesker
2019.
would love Joker 2018, but this one would really get into it. This Wesker would be wearing the red suit. He would cosplay as the Joker 2019. He would cosplay
at the fucking premiere, dude. That's how much you would love it.
I love this Wesker so much because it's the I'm the Joker baby Wesker.
He is the Joker baby Wesker.
This is the Wesker that would never shower. He uses Axe body spray as his shower.
So real. Chapter 13. We start with a letter.
Martin Crackhorn's letter.
I know, dude. Is that real?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I believe Martin Crackhorn is real. I don't think his letter is that long. Crackhorn is a real character in the game.
What a name.
Because like we found out in the last one, I found it, the will is, I mean, it's written slightly differently. I think it's longer in the book.
He does show up. Never mind. He does show up. I think, I don't know if there is a letter though.
There is. It's researcher's will.
Oh, researcher's will in the Wii version.
Study mansion 2 floor.
No, it is as long. It's verbatim.
No. In the original, it's different. I found the original one. Yeah, in the original, it's Jill finds it in mansion 2 floor. Chris can also find it in the study of mansion 2nd floor. It's a lot shorter. The transcript that I have here is, yes, I'm infected.
Depending on the scenario, it's longer or shorter. And the 96 in Chris scenario, it's pretty much... Because we have to think about when this book released. When did this book release again? I forgot. It was like 90-something. It was before the remake. So it would use the script from the original one, and it's pretty different actually. You're right. It's very different actually.
I was looking at the 2002 remake versus the original, and the original. Oh God, the original will is a lot shorter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you have played Resident Evil, I mean, come on now.
Just a little something for you. Just throwing a little something for you. Remember this? Remember this from video game?
Martin Crackhorn, that was the name on Trent's list. The guy who gave Jill the computer, right? Who the fuck is Trent?
I just had as you said, Trent, I had the same thought of like, who is Trent? Why, like, Trent comes into action in, this is a definite creation of the fucking novelization.
100%. His name, I just found him in the Resident Evil wiki. He is Victor Trent Darius. He is the protagonist of S.D. Perry's novelization. So he is way more in the original books.
Wait, which one?
Trent.
No, I'm saying like which novelization. Which book is he the protagonist of?
His first appearance is in this one, but he's
like in every single one of these, I'm guessing.
To a degree, I want to assume, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because he barely gets any mention in this to begin with. We don't really know what he's doing, what his motives are or anything. Even by the end of the book, they only mention him by name, and that's pretty much it.
I'm just reading the wiki post about him where it's just to avenge the murder of his parents, Victor, knowing he'd have to be extremely clever and very, very careful after spending years just planning and more years learning what he needs to know, and even more making the right contacts, moving the right circles of society, being as devious and underhanded as his foe.
Wow, what a smart fella. More like a fart smell.
Oh, I love the fact that there's an S.D. Perry tie-in character who's just, and he's so fucking smart and he's so fucking cool. And God, I wish
Is he hot? Does he have big broad shoulders? That's the most important part.
His big broad shoulders and his gigantic huge pecs and his big bulbous tummy.
Stupid.
But yeah, I mean, we get Jill's POV, thinking about Crackhorn, thinking about Trent, the coolest guy ever.
What if you had crests for the puzzle? She goes outside. She finds the waterfall secret entrance into the lab.
Mm-hmm. And then back to Chris and Rebecca immediately after.
This is a weird part. So Chris and Rebecca are just talking about whether or not Rebecca is like good enough of a shot to like carry out on her own. And Chris just mentions, and I thought this was the weirdest shit, Star's training covered all the basic, but shooting at a video screen with a toy gun was a far cry from the real thing. They're fucking using Time Crisis as
They're using Duck Hunter as training.
They're doing Duck Hunt training? Like, they're just... like, that is such a strange fucking bit.
They're doing Duck Hunt, but since it's cop training, you have to actually shoot the dog to be able to pass.
Yeah. You also learned that Chris was in New York during like a fucking
9/11. I remember it it was yesterday. No, I know.
I remember 9/11. I remember like it's a few years from now.
When Wesker hit the towers and then the Pentagon.
Yeah, because he starts thinking about his first operation ever, which was a standoff with a small group of whacked out survivalists in upstate New York. He'd been terrified and trying desperately not to show it. The captain for the mission had been a tough-as-nails explosives expert, an extremely short woman named Kaylor.
I skimmed past that. I didn't
You
even...
skipped Kaylor?
I skipped Kaylor.
The one-day explosives?
I am Kaylor. You will not be scared, Redfield.
Did you also skip her first line to Chris?
Son, no matter what happens when the shooting starts, try not to wet your pants. There's so much piss in this book.
It's such a pissy book, but it's also a pissy book.
You know what's crazy?
Piss.
I did word search.
Yes. How much piss?
For piss as well.
How much pee-pee?
Piss is only mentioned directly 2 times with piss.
Wow.
The word piss is only in the novel twice. It feels like it's a very pissy book.
And yet it feels like it. I think it's, you know why it feels pissy? Because most books won't fucking mention piss. I don't know.
The following page after the Kaylor moment, they're talking about the dogs and shooting dogs. But I will say that I did make mention of the description of the dogs again. Speaking of dogs, there were a couple of them sprawled across the stones, soft moonlight glistening against their wet, sinewy bodies. Oh. The mutant dog was sticky and warm, like it had been sheathed in a thick layer of mucus. Oh.
Everything is written like porn. It's, you know.
I think that's one of those things that's hard to rectify, though, in some ways.
No, I mean, I don't know. I see a dead body, I'm going to start getting horny. So.
His body was thick with blood. The sinewy flesh of his muscles was slowly beginning to drive me from madness to badness. Anyway, We're doing
Shit,
Chris. They go
man.
down the hole. There's a little line where it just says plop, 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 because they're doing some onomatopoeia of some water.
They're walking in the plop holes.
And then they're surrounded by snakes.
Not the fucking snakes!
And I love how I playing through the game, the original 98 copy, when you get to that part, it's like 5 snakes fall out of the trees and then you run past them, no issue. Like they give you the blue herb, which, hey, can I mention, actually, one fucking second, I need to check something. I need to see, I'm going to search the EPUB because I should have done this earlier. I didn't think about this. Let's see. Let's take a guess here. Do you think the word herb is mentioned even once?
No, not a single time.
I don't think herb is mentioned even once.
They don't heal.
Herb.
They don't heal a single time in this.
Herb is mentioned once, but it's not herb. It's herbicide when they're taking on Plant 42.
Yeah.
Not even a blue herb, not a red herb, not a green herb, not an herb to be found in a video game book about Resident Evil.
Actually, a lot of the items, it's so weird, but consumable items outside of ammo are not really.
Well, because they have to reload
the
Beretta, and then reload the Beretta, and then reload the Beretta, and the Beretta, and then reload the Colt Python, or reload the Beretta, or the Remington, or the Beretta.
Nobody really gets hurt. I think Jill gets hurt at the very, very end.
I think they get like scrapes where they get like bruised.
Yeah,
or, like,
but they never get properly hurt. I feel like it might be just because she was like, I don't know how to explain how a herb would fucking fix this. Rub some magical herb on my big fucking gash.
I love them adding from like going from 5 snakes, and I love the author's impetus here where it's Rebecca turned, raising the Beretta to help Chris, and felt her jaw drop, her throat locking at the gruesome scene. There had to be hundreds of them, the path almost completely hidden by their slithering creatures, hidden and squirming in an alien frenzy as they struck wildly at each other. So we went from like 5 snakes to hundreds of them.
1 million fucking snakes! They're crawling out the wall!
We're doing the novelization. Hundreds of snakes. Just start throwing them out there.
Chapter 14. Great Secret Passage.
Hey, Billy. I know you want to go to chapter 14, but I did want to mention some really good dialogue.
Yes.
Were you bit? He shook his head. You? No, she said, though if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not go back that way. I'm more of a cat person, really. Cue the laugh track. Chris stared at her for a moment and then grinned, pushing away from the wall. Funny, I would have figured you for lab rats.
Whenever Chris grins at a joke, I just kind of imagine him doing like like a fucking haha you clown's face at her. Like
this is such
just like a stupid
you are
fucking
so right. Whenever I imagine Chris and Rebecca's POV in this entire book, I'm thinking of haha you clowns.
It's so accurate though, because they have like the shittiest
Oh, Dad,
jokes.
don't worry about it, Dad. I'm thinking about Kaylor. She was a short woman who was very small, and she told me that I should be careful whenever I'm shooting because I don't want to wet my pants.
They just like quietly stare at each other, wordless, for like the comedy effect of it all.
But chapter 14, we get right back into Barry's sex shenanigans. It's Jill and Barry back down into the holes.
Silly.
Barry, he quickly lowered his weapon, looking as shocked as she felt, just about as wet, too. His t-shirt clung to his broad shoulders.
Dude, what if you were wet?
What if you were wet? What if you were in the hole? But they do find Enrico.
Who's Enrico?
Enrico's the guy in the sewers that talks about a traitor and then he gets blown apart by Wesker. And then Barry runs off after him. Really, it's just, this is pretty much the same in the games. Like, you take Barry with you, and then Enrico gets blasted apart, and then Barry runs off. Just like, don't worry, Jill, I'll take care of this. Right into Rebecca and Chris, and they are, they're getting into the small house. They're getting into the bunkhouse with Plant 42.
They do the bunkhouse, and I remember you talking about this specifically, where they keep talking about fucking movies.
I mentioned it again, page 190. After a brief perusal of the shelves, Chris walked to the battered wooden desk and pulled at the top drawer. It was locked. He bent down and felt along the bottom of the drawer, grinning as his fingers touched a thick piece of tape. Don't people ever watch movies? The key's always stuck under a drawer. And for some reason, I don't know why S.D. Perry wanted to describe everything in the drawer in like a list.
It's weird because it's the only time it happens.
Like, there was a deck of playing cards, a few pens and pencils, gum wrappers, a crumpled pack of cigarettes, junk mostly. Like, I get like wanting to spread the visual, but
like I said, dude, word count, gotta meet those quotas.
Yeah, so we're doing Plan 42 in the video game. I got really excited about this part while I was reading because I wanted to see how they were going to handle the sharks, which it's disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
We do go to Wesker being like, I'm the smartest man alive. Barry huffs his own farts.
I love this one. Wait, hold on.
Oh, is it the Wesker humiliation kink or?
Yeah, so he's like using his fucking hostage tactics again for with Barry to lure Jill into a place where he would kill her. and I'm just gonna read this line. Wesker waited, and when Barry finally spoke, Wesker knew he had him. Where are the labs? Goodbye!
Good, because this entire section I had written down Wesker humiliation kink, because my favorite line from this is later down in a couple paragraphs down.
Yes.
He watched Barry for a few seconds longer, saw the sag in the big man's shoulders, the submissive hang of his head. Satisfied, Wesker turned and walked out of the room. God, he just, get owned, Barry Burpin. And then, of course, we're getting hunters now.
Yeah, they start talking about the hunters.
Wesker is just like the 121s, the hunters. They're hungry, and I'm letting them out of their pods.
He'd have to move fast from here on out. There were a few things he'd neglected to mention to Barry, like the experimental security detachment that would be released into the tunnels once he turned that lever for the first time. Sorry, Barry. I guess it slipped my mind.
If I was writing this, I would definitely try to mention the two crank madness. I don't know. That's something that's really important to me in the games at this point when they're down in the tunnels. Do you remember the two cranks? One's a hexagon, one's a square, and they look exactly the same.
They vaguely mention it, actually.
They vaguely mention the cranks, but
vaguely.
In the 98 copy of the game, playing through it up to labs, I remember getting frustrated to hell because the two cranks are different, but they look exactly the same. So you'll run all the way to a save box, you'll run all the way to an item box, grab a crank, run all the way back to the puzzle, fuck, wrong crank, have to run all the way back to the item box, grab a crank. They should have been doing crazy Scooby-Doo shit in this mansion, I swear to God.
Chapter 15.
Chapter 15, we're starting with Jill again. Jill POV here. Didn't really note anything about it. It's just Jill being like...
She goes through the list of potential people that would be the traitor because Enrico told her that there was a traitor. She does have like a proper deduction skills at least where she's like, couldn't be Chris, couldn't be Barry, blah, blah, blah. It could only be Richard, Forrest Bayer, or Albert Wesker.
And then she pops 15 rounds into a hunter.
Yeah. I love how she describes the hunter as naked but sexless. Because that is literally what it looks like.
I mean, they do a little bit more. It looks like a man raised a breader and stared in horror at the thing standing there. It was huge, shaped like a man, but the resemblance stopped there. Naked but sexless, its entire muscular body was covered with a pebbled amphibious skin, shaded a dark green. It was hunched over so that its impossibly long arms touched the floor, both its hands and feet tipped with thick, brutal claws.
Yeah.
I mean, she describes it, I think, pretty well. I think S.D. Perry does a good job with the hunters. They're just fucking lizardmen. Horny for sexy kobolds, looking for a hot lizard man. Fucking thick green flesh.
Yeah.
She doesn't pull out the shotgun, but she's comforted by it. A lot of Jill thinking about the Remington, loving the Remington, holding on to the Remington, thinking about the shotgun, more of a thought gun, if you will.
Very much so. Move on to Chris and Rebecca and Plant 42.
Yep, this is Rebecca takes care of all of the puzzle slime for Chris, which I have to mention. Like, anytime that Chris and Rebecca are doing puzzles, Chris is...
he's extremely useless.
Meathead. Rebecca is, I'm going to just do the puzzles. Rebecca just is there. Jill can do the puzzles because of Dick Valentine, but Rebecca does all the puzzles for Chris. He's okay, let me just take care of that for you. Oh, now we got to make the video for Play 42. I'll do that. Don't worry, Mr. C. The Harley Quinn to his jonker.
Absolutely. They kill Plant 42. They get into the room.
They don't kill Plant 42.
Does he not kill Plant 40? Oh, dude. I checked out really hard at around this point. Not gonna lie, it got really boring.
Let me take over a little bit. So in this POV, it's just them talking about Plant 42, talking about a security lock, trying to talk about numbers. Try 345, putting in 345 as a code from earlier. I think like a note that he had found. Opening up the security room, finding a tiny room with a bunch of chemicals so that Rebecca can take care of all of the puzzle slime and do all of the math. Immediately, yeah, that's literally, oh my God, think, what could be the code? 345, I've got it. And then the Rebecca goes into the lab hole and makes the vigil. They don't even have the little hive of bees.
Yeah, and it switches to Barry being just tortured. He kills, I think he kills a hunter and then he just...
Oh, no, that's right. This is actually, let me see, before Barry's POV, this is specifically the chapter that I thought was bullshit because I was like, are they just going to skip over all of the spiders at page 202?
They do.
No. There is one spider. There is one, but I make mention
that doesn't count.
You know
Come
the bar.
on.
You know the bar in Resident Evil in the bunkhouse.
Yeah.
It's a very cool scene, but there are two fucked up evil spiders in there, and you can't really explore how neat the little bar area is, even though it just has some. And I think it just has some ammo and maybe an herb in there. But I like that. I like the area a lot because in that 98 Resident Evil, that old style rendering, the way that they did the visuals in that. I think that bar looks cool and it sticks in my mind as a visual from this game. And I think that the way that they skipped it is so fucking lame, which is
Yep.
There had been a rec room that had been distinctly creepy. Chris had looked inside and immediately felt his internal alarms going off, though he hadn't known why. There'd been no danger that he could see, just a bar and a couple of tables. In spite of the seeming calm, he had closed the door quickly and they'd moved on. And that's how they skipped that entire room filled with two giant spiders in the book. Just, nope, don't wanna, nope. But yeah, then we get to them yapping about Plan 42, going into the chemical room, and then we go on to Barry again.
Barry is just tortured, and that's pretty much it. All he thinks about is, I fucked up. I'm such an evil boy. I'm such a bad boy. I've done so bad. I'm gonna be the death of everybody in the team. I'm so bad.
And then he murks a hunter.
What did I just kill? What the fuck?
It does have a what the fuck.
Yeah.
M-dash. It does.
Just say fuck.
Oh.
Cutting yourself off is...
And this is why I mentioned the spiders as well, because we get into chapter 16 and we get right into the spiders, and it's just Jill in the spider's hole and she blows away a spider.
The thought of being covered in spider web, having it clinging to her entire body.
Oh yeah, don't forget about this line. I can blow away zombies and monsters with the best of them. Show me a spider and I lose my freaking mind.
Oh, the internal monologue, man. Oh, I also, awesome, amazing, beautiful fucking, I laughed very hard at this one. Jill hesitated, gazing wistfully at the small shaft.
A lot of wistfully gazing at shafts, huh?
I'm a fucking child, dude. You can't make me.
I love
I laugh at that.
Following page, another Jill thought, where she just says, geez, it must have taken him years to set all this up, and I think I was impressed with the house. And then Rock, this is in the tunnels, Indiana Jones moment, and we get another great M-dash thought while Jill avoids the boulder. It's just no pauses, no breaks in the sense. It's just
all in one.
Won't make it gonna die.
Won't make it gonna die.
M-dash, won't make it gonna die. M-dash.
She makes it. Did not die.
Dude, that's crazy. You're telling me she doesn't die? Anyway, she doesn't get flattened by a big rock. So we get back to Chris and Rebecca. We get another copter on page 215. First copter in a while.
Yeah, I like. So I think. Yeah, this is the shark. Go for it, because I think it disappointed you very hard how they did the sharks.
Yeah, so Chris is in the basement and he's looking at the big fish tank and he's like, geez, a big tank? What the hell this is the Chris line. What the hell were they studying that they needed that much? Water? Tidal waves? He's wading through the water and he's thinking about everything about the Spencer estate had a dreamlike feel to it, as if it existed in its own reality, far removed from the rest of the world. Chris thought, try nightmare-like. Killer plants, giant snakes, the walking dead. All that's missing is a flying saucer, maybe a dinosaur.
He's such a goofball.
And then he heard a soft sloshing behind him and glanced over his shoulder to see a thick triangular fin rise up from the water 20 feet away and slide towards him, a wavering gray shadow beneath. And then he's in there. The shark is coming towards him. His bullets get wet.
He just runs away from it. Yeah,
he runs away. He avoids it and he closes the door behind him.
Yep. This line is Hugo speed coded. Looks like I found the control room. Aces.
Dude, freaking awesome, brother.
Freaking aces, my guy.
Slap me back a couple of those fat stacks of hammies, brother. I'm a hungry little boy. Love him he read the printed letters. Emergency drainage system. You gotta be kidding me. Why didn't anybody pull this thing the second the tank broke? And Chris is just like, freaking scientists. Scientists, of course, would have been like, I would have loved to study the big plant. Why didn't they kill the big plant? Man, they wanted to study it because they were science guys.
He's such a dumb meathead.
He's like, Chris is Resident Evil 5 Chris in Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, weirdly enough, he kind of already immediately is.
I mean, Chris Redfield has always been a meathead. Like, he's always supposed to be a big lunk.
But in this, he's like true fucking brainless himbo.
Oh, dude, since the last episode, I watched Resident Evil 2021, and it's crazy that they got the guy who plays the big meathead in Umbrella Academy to not play Chris Redfield, but to play Wesker. Right? The guy who plays
makes
the
no
half
fucking
gorilla man who lives on the moon in Umbrella Academy. They get him to play Wesker when he is built like Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 5. He's a bulky big boy.
Chris drains all the water. The sharks are just flopping around, and he passes one and just goes, "Bite me," he whispered. I like thinking he's like, "Bite me."
He just whispering
Getting
into
real
the
close
shark's
to the shark.
ear hole.
Yeah, just bite me.
Bite me.
Pervert.
Back to Wesker. Wesker's being a lame loser. He's just thinking about, damn, the tyrant.
Yeah.
Now, I did not get to there are monkeys in Resident Evil 1. I did not get to any monkeys because I got like into labs a fair amount. But I did not, the sentence mesh monkeys threw me for a loop.
Going into chapter 17.
Oh, let's see here. Chapter 17. So we are Jill goes into hole, goes into elevator. Jill's looking at pipes. Freaking awesome. A lot of Remington staring, a lot of go into the visual data room, go into the labs. Yeah, I'm just...
Reports of like what's happening behind the scenes. It's truly, this chapter is probably the worst chapter in this entire fucking book, quite frankly. It's the most nothing.
Yeah, well, because it's like, oh, boom. Jill goes into the labs, finds some data, is like freaking epic. I've got all the freaking evidence I need. Chris and Rebecca kill the Plant 42.
Yep.
Rebecca once again does all of the work for puzzles, so handles all that stuff, throws it. Plant 42 just dies. God, what you put in there?
Yeah, Chris asks, "God, what'd you put in there?" Rebecca, "Trust me, you don't want to know." The fuck did you put in it? What the fuck does that mean?
She put chemicals in there. It's a maths puzzle. You know what?
You make it sound like you just shitted and pissed in there.
I will say, out of all the puzzle skipping that they've done, and this is, like I said, like we mentioned earlier, in the first episode of our podcast on this, we talked about how you could use this book as a guide. By chapter 11, you cannot use this book as a video game guide.
No, because this is when they just fucking
Rebecca does all the puzzles for Chris, and it's mostly Jill, then Barry being sad, then Wesker being an asshole, then Chris and Rebecca, while Rebecca does everything for Chris.
Yeah.
But this will be the only puzzle where I'm like, I understand why they had Rebecca, like, just say, I put chemicals in there, because that puzzle sucks.
Chris and Rebecca find the reveal that Albert Wesker is the traitor in Stars.
Oh, I do like this bit when they kill Plant 42 and they're really, really sad about it. There was no way out. Killing the plant had been a waste of time. It hadn't been blocking anything. Rebecca looked as disappointed as he felt. Her shoulders slumped, an expression grim as she studied the bare walls. I love how much of this is just, I imagine people pouting like a toddler, like walking around the room, like head down, like
stomping around, like really so.
Play this sad Yakuza sub-story music.
Exactly how you could fucking feel about.
But things. Yeah, we do find out that Wesker is the his just name is on here. They just have his name.
His name is just on the document. It just says like everything by traitorous plan is all going it's all going to plan. It's all going smoothly, Mr. White Umbrella.
229 pages for them to get a map.
And that's how they discover that there's an underground lab, because Chris and Rebecca are still just up there doing they're kind of fucking around. They're not doing much of anything up there, really. They're just kind of lost.
I will also say, Rebecca stood up, eyes wide and uncertain. Captain Wesker is involved in all this. I wrote a note in my copy of the book that says, reminder, Wesker has that Rebecca picture.
Oh, he does. You're right.
He does have that Rebecca picture.
He's the pervert guy. I forgot he's a gooner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why he's just like, I have that picture of Rebecca in athletic shorts when she's in the academy. She's 18 right now, so technically she could have been anywhere from 17 to 18 in the academy in that picture.
Yeah, and also, does she know?
She's not gonna know. I don't think she emailed it to him. I think he fucking looked it up and it was like, whoa, mama.
Dude, such a creepy fucking detail. Even in the games, it's weird.
We get that reveal. We go immediately into Wesker POV, where Wesker's talking about how cool and tight everything is gonna be, how cool the tyrant is, how awesome the tyrant is, how awesome the monkeys are. And then he sees Jill. I love this paragraph in 232, Wesker's POV, where he sees Jill and he's like, I gotta do work now. I am in control. Nothing is happening here that I can't handle. This is my game, my rules, and I will accomplish my mission without any interference from that little thief bitch.
Thief bitch.
Thief-bitch. Thief bitch. Then he sees Barry and uses Barry to trick Wesker or trick Jill into. We are now at chapter 18.
Yep.
Chapter 18 is Barry tricks Jill. That's really, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about that. I guess we see the monkeys.
Chapter 18 doesn't have anything of interest going on, really.
Barry is there, and then we switch back to before Barry, I'm going to trick you into elevator hole, Jill. We go right back to Rebecca and Chris, a little summarizing here, blah, 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 blah. They're just talking about it.
They're talking about finding out how to get down to the lab. He tells her, stay here. It's not about your competence. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Which, if somebody says it's not about your competence, 100% it's always about your competence.
Yeah.
Like, that's, yeah.
It's weird. Chris is like, I'm trying to protect you, Rebecca. Stay here, and I will go forward and attack the creature or whatever.
Barry and Wesker find Jill.
This is the Scooby-Doo villain
they
reveal.
Put her in a hostage situation. It is, yeah.
This is where Barry walks away sadly and then hides behind the corner so he can listen to Wesker yelling at Jill, and then Wesker does his, ha-ha, my caper, let me tell you all about my secret trick.
Yeah.
Immediately just reveals, no, I lied about the blackmail. Barry's family isn't, like, how would I call them?
Loudly right next to Barry, like, yeah, his family is actually safe and nothing will happen to them because I don't have that kind of leverage.
And then so Barry walks around the corner and just slams him in the head.
What a stupid fucking, such a stupid
Such
fucking
a
moment,
dumb
dude.
motherfucker. Wesker's like, actually, I didn't need to blackmail them. Umbrella could buy the people it needed to. This isn't a bad. And then Barry slammed the butt of his Colt into Wesker's skull as hard as he could, dropping him like a ton of bricks. Chapter ends.
Yeah. 19.
We're going. It's fast. We're near the end here.
The last few chapters are extremely short compared to everything else that came before it.
Well, yeah, because chapter 19, you have to, here's the tyrant.
We have like 20 pages left, less than 20 pages even. Like it from 19 to 21 and the epilogue, like it is quick as fuck.
Here's the tyrant. Barry decides to start flipping switches. Barry activates the tyrant. Oh shit. And then they run away into Wesker wakes up. He's stumbling around the power room.
I love how when they find the tyrant in the big boy tube, for some reason, Jill starts feeling bad for it and just goes, "We can't leave it like this," she said softly, and Barry nodded. Like, are you fucking serious?
I think they're trying to kill it. I think they're trying to like put it out of its misery, but instead they're like,
is that what it's like?
Where's the kill this guy button? Yeah, there had to be a switch that would put an end to its life. It deserved that much. And instead of looking around for documentation or trying to like figure anything out, they're just like, let me just flip the switches.
Let's just flip some random switches, see what we can get by.
Or give this one a freaking Cinnamonsins ding. What are they, fucking dumb?
Wesker freaks the fuck out. Oh, I wake up and everybody's gone. Mimi bad, Mimi angry.
And they took my gun and the monkeys are kicking my ass and the monkeys, I don't have my gun. And then this really great little line where he's trying to, a sexy, quiet voice informed him that the countdown would begin in 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, because that's when he activates the self-destruct sequence.
Following that, I love the tyrant has come.
I love how we always have the same fucking notes.
Yeah.
Our brains work in mysterious ways.
I love Wesker describing the tyrant as his losing consciousness after the monkeys beat the shit out of him, where but he could only make out the immense shadow that seemed to flood over him. Through him, it could only imagine that the powerful, magnificent warrior was reaching down to lift him from his torment. The way that St. Perry wants Barry Burton to save her.
And then Rebecca gets a call from Brad.
Couple of paragraphs about helicopter. Yeah.
Chapter 20.
Oh, hell yeah. This is freaking awesome. Finally, Jill and Barry and Chris all meet together to go to the heliport for the copter.
They get to the heliport, but oh no! The hulking tyrant leaped out onto the heliport, and now it's freaking pissed.
They're slamming 357 rounds into the tyrant. They're shooting Beretta rounds into the tyrant.
You were asking actually, like, how they would do the big glowing weak spots, and all they say is Chris targeted the dark tumorous thing on its chest and fired. There it is. That's how they do the big glowing weak spots.
As they blow it up. I mean, to be fair, they do just blow it up with a rocket.
Oh, also, I love this part is fucking awesome because of my headcanon. Chris emptied the clip, the last several rounds hitting it in the face. Pieces of tooth flew from the creature's lipless mouth. Dude, I fucking love that because that means he's walking around toothy ass.
Dude, we gotta get some photo edits of all of the tyrants and Mr. X's in Resident Evil just gumming people.
Just missing a few teeth, looking like fucking
Grandpappy Tyrant out here.
Grandpappy Tyrant.
Picture of a Resident Evil tyrant with no teeth, sitting on a porch wearing overalls, spitting into a spittoon, wearing a wide brim hat. I used to be one of those Weapon X's, but I gave that up for the banjo life.
That's when fucking Brad is above them with the helicopter, kicks a fucking grenade launcher, and you know what's happening. It's fucking Resident Evil.
It's Resident. We gotta end it with a blowy up.
Even as tattered shreds of flesh and bone hailed down over them, Brad lowered the helicopter downward to the ground, and the 4 stars ran for it. They all just get in. They all get in right as everything blows up. Chapter 21. You have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. System activation now. Bam!
Now, Billy, let me hit you with this.
Yes, sir.
The house blows up. This is now the second book we've read for Perusing Stinky Tombs.
Where a house blows up. I wrote that. I like the first one. I think the ghost explosion was far funnier than. But
if we read a third book and the house, we just gotta keep finding books where the house end with the house at the end.
That's chapter 21. Literally less than a page. Just the place explodes into the epilogue.
We've got Copter. We've got Barry needing to piss. We've got Monter.
No. This is Brad's POV. Brad kept his mouth shut, still feeling crappy about taking off earlier. He'd been through hell since then, flying around in circles and watching the fuel gauge slowly drop. It had been a total nightmare, and he had to piss like nobody's business.
Remember, what the first sentence of the epilogue is: the 4 of them were quiet as Brad piloted the copter. I just wanted the final copter of the book.
Yeah, final copter of the book.
And then the epilogue is: who is that guy who called me? Who is that awesome, amazing, handsome, wonderful, perfect guy who called me about getting the helicopter down at the heliport? Who is that wonderful, perfect, beautiful, bulbous specimen? Trent.
That's it. He said his name was Trent. Brad decided that it would keep for another day. For now, he just wanted to go home. And that is the
Umbrella Conspiracy, the Resident Evil novelization.
This is not a good ending. This ending sucks. It felt like, I mean, I guess
the ending only sucks because it immediately has an ad for Caliban Cove at the end of my copy of the book.
Oh shit! Wait, mine has Resident Evil Retribution, the official movie novelization.
Oh, mine has Resident Evil Caliban Cove, the first original Resident Evil novel by S.D. Perry.
Yeah, because that's the thing, though. You have an older copy than I do. I do.
I actually have an older, newer copy. So I have a re-release of the older copy. I have a fresh print of the old copy.
I just have a boomer copy from 2013, I think.
I did not read this Caliban Cove stint. Rebecca talking to a guy named Mr. Trap.
Oh, you get an actual sample.
I get a sample of Caliban Cove.
I don't have a sample. I just have an ad. That's it.
In the sample of Caliban Cove, it's just straight up like all 4 of them are together listening to a guy named David Trapp.
Cool.
He's
awesome.
It starts with, "You must be Rebecca Chambers," he said. He had a British accent. His words clipped and somehow polished. "You're the biochemist, is it right?"
Righto.
Captain Whiskey, right? He's fucked up and crazy, right?
The ending to the Umbrella Conspiracy, I don't like it. Honestly, like genuinely, it's not a good ending.
Well, the ending exists to sting you into the Perryverse, and I think the reason it ends too is to give you a little bit of Trent to make you go, "Who is this Trent guy?"
You don't even. It's just weird that the book is literally like the last thing that anybody says is, "Go, Brad, go!" And then you don't get inner monologue for any of the characters or for what the ordeals that they went through or anything. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think like there's like an impetus of action because it's supposed to be very punchy, very boom, 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 boom. Like this book, overall, my thoughts of this book are S.D. Perry is much more competent in this than the Alien book that I read from her.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to read some of her following works, and I might in my own time read the rest of the Resident Evil novelizations, especially I
want to read the original ones more than anything because
the original ones like Caliban Cove.
Yeah, I don't know. It started off strong. For me, it was like a sine wave of quality where it was like Oh, that's really good. Oh my God, this is so
I love
boring.
how schlocky the first 5 chapters are.
Yeah.
Like the first 5 chapters are full of schlock that I really like, where it's just, you're over describing Barry Burton. You're talking about guns too much. They're having fucking bro talk in the locker room. You're getting too much description of characters that are fucking corpses, which I love. Like, I love this corpse in the hallway that was one of the original team members who got fucking murked, or this beta team member who got fucking murked, or Bravo team member that got fucking murked. I love the little bits about that. And then once you get to about halfway mark, it's just
boring.
It's just kind of boring. Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's just boring.
It's fine. It's safe writing. It's just, you will get the gist of it.
That's the problem. That's worse than bad. I would rather have a bad book than have a boring book. And unfortunately, I think this book is pretty fucking boring. Like the final chapters, I was like reading, but I was not reading, right? The information was not getting processed. I was just kind of going through the motions at that point.
Pretty much. That's why I skimmed over one of those sentences, because I was reading it, but I was not picking up as much
K-lore,
as in
man.
the first one. This is the problem, though, is that the first 5 chapters, a lot of copter, Billy. After chapter 10, no copter until like 60, 70 pages later.
That's probably the problem. The quality problem is not enough copter.
The copter problem is we needed more copter.
Let's write an essay. Resident Evil, Volume 1, The Umbrella Conspiracy, the copter problem.
I think this is a bit of a stinky tomb, but I don't think it's like, if I was going to give this a smell,
we could have done better.
I would say this is a whiff, not a stench. Like there's a whiff of a fart. Somebody farted around a hallway is my rating.
No,
for this.
I wouldn't even call it a fart. I think it's like it's not even a fart. It's a whiff of egg. Like a fucking whiff of like boiled egg.
It's like a whiff of boiled egg when you weren't expecting it, so you're a little off guard, but then like, ooh, egg.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh, it's, a boiled egg is like fine.
That's fine.
I'll eat a boiled egg. Like it's missing some seasoning, but it's still an egg. It's still nutritious,
Now, for those who want to rip us to shreds and tear us apart, this is us treating this like a book, not a video game book.
As a video game book, it might be better.
As a video game book, it's pretty good. And I say this because
I've only read the Assassin's Creed ones when I was a kid.
I say this as video game books because if I say anything about the Halo books, motherfuckers are going to kill me and tear me apart. They're going to drag me apart and rip me apart by 2 horses. One day I will talk about some Halo book stuff, but I don't want to die. So I think this is a competent enough video game novelization. As a book, I wouldn't read this.
You wouldn't convince anybody to read this. It's fine. It's mid.
This is like your friend, you're in high school and your friend is like, dude, I totally read an awesome video game book. You should totally check it out. This is like reading the Gears of War books. It's
accurate.
I actively like the Gears of War books more, but that's a personal thing. Maybe
it's just because it's an early S.D. Perry book, and maybe like the style got better.
It's also an early video game novelization.
Yeah, and it's that, but also like there's 7 of these fucking things now, right? Mm-hmm. There's 7 fucking Resident Evil books written by S.D. Perry. Maybe she got better at probably. I hope fucking she got better.
I think that if we come back to this, we need to read the originals. If we ever come back to this for Perusing, it would have to be Caliban Cove.
The next one is Caliban Cove. City of the Dead is Resident Evil 2. Underworld, I think, might be an original one. Nemesis is 3. Code Veronica is Code Veronica. And 0 Hour is Resident Evil 0. So there's, I believe, 2.
I would be super into reading 0 because I really want to know how the Billy Train stuff is done. If I was to read another video game novelization, I'd want to read the original ones, but I'd love to see, because I think 0 in terms of like games is one of the craziest Resident Evil games because it's fucking.
Have you played Veronica?
I have, yeah. I know that Veronica has the Hugo Speed in there.
Okay, because Code Veronica has some I can't shit like that. I feel like that would be pretty fun.
S.D. Perry probably excels at writing. Who's the character in Veronica? I think it starts with an H. Is it Howie, Hugo? Oh God, what's his name?
I don't remember.
Is it Steve? It's Steve.
It's Steve Speed.
It's Steve Burnside.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's like, I'm Steve. Who are you, Steve? I'm 18. I'm 17 years. He's 17 years old, Steve. Oh, please don't freaking kill me. I took the gold Lugers and holding them really cool.
So fucking lame.
Steve is great in Code Veronica, and I love Steve.
He's awesome. I love him.
The reason I love Steve is one, his fit fucks. It would be how I dress. He carries the gold Lugers, which are a puzzle item around like he's the coolest guy ever. And he is out of all the Resident Evil games, Steve Burnside is a Resident Evil fan put into Resident Evil. My name is Steve. What is your name? Oh, please don't freaking kill me. I'm going to shoot some of those infected. I'm going to kick their butt. I love you, Claire. But yeah, Steve dies. His final words are, I love you, Claire.
Spoilers. Oh, no.
I love Steve, dude. He gets morphed into the Hulk.
Yeah, that was another one for the hole. The big stink pit that we have.
Resident Evil, the Umbrella Conspiracy, Billy.
Oh,
one final thought. Who would you recommend this to then?
Nobody. It's not really. Who the fuck would read this?
I would recommend this to somebody who likes Resident Evil, who wants a couple of laughs.
Okay.
If you're a Resident Evil fan, you will like these books, I think.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a Resident Evil fan. I didn't really. I thought it was fine.
I'm a Resident Evil fan, and I like the good portion of it.
Listen, if you're a Resident Evil fan, read it.
Read it and take from it what you will.
Take from it what you will. I feel like you would have more of a kick from the sequels over this because, especially
if you're not like a huge reader.
Yeah, because Resident Evil 1, let's be honest with ourselves, it's not like the story was super fucking interesting or had anything goofy going on. It is what it is. It was just the story was there to be fucking, glue for the gameplay. Resident Evil 2 and 3, on the other hand, that's when you start having a little bit more sauce. I feel like maybe honestly skip this one, go to Caliban Cove and read
the originals because they gotta get weird.
Yeah, I feel like maybe skip this one. Even I just wouldn't recommend it. It's just boring.
Regardless, S.D. Perry, thank you for writing books.
Thank you. We will come back to you.
I hope that you find your sauce and you begin writing again. It's been a little while, I think, since you've written a book. I think like 2017. I would love to see more books from you and novelizations, and maybe someday. Oh no, Uncharted maybe. I think she wrote the Uncharted novelization in 21.
Oh, that was recent. That was a recent one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2021 Uncharted.
So I would love to see more from SD Perry. I would love to see more from you because I do have a love-hate relationship with your prose, and I'm excited. Regardless, Billy, we're gonna move on to the next one next time.
Next time, we're going into one of our author classics.
Author nemesis that is both mine and Billy's, Grady Hendrix.
I feel like I have more of a hate relationship than a love relationship.
To touch on it just a little bit, Grady Hendrix wrote Final Girl Support Group and How to Sell a Haunted House. Yeah, I think Billy and I both read Final Girl Support Group, right?
No, I haven't read Final Girl Support Group, but I do own it. I was gonna start it. The one that I read was How to Sell a Haunted House,
and Billy hates that book, and I love that book and hate that book.
I don't know how to describe what I feel about that book.
How to Sell a Haunted House is about my mom died and she has puppets, and then it goes to I have to fight the gigantic puppet kaiju in my backyard.
Yeah, it ends in a giant kaiju puppet fight, and I like that, but I also hate that because to get there you have to read just crap.
A lot of whack. You got to read a lot of my mom. The Joker puppet my mom has is infested with a demon. Now I will say How to Sell a Haunted House is I think Grady Hendrix's worst reviewed book. The one we are doing is a newer one. That way we have
this is the newest. And this is the newest one. This is what is it called?
Witchcraft for Wayward Girls.
Yeah, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, a book about witches and pregnancy. And I can't wait for two 30-year-old white men to talk about women in their teenage years talking about pregnancy.
Written by an old white man.
How old?
We're gonna have some perspective. We're gonna get pregnant on the next episode of Perusing Stinky Tombs. We're getting pregnant.
How old is he? Oh, he's 53. He's not that old. You made it sound like he was fucking way older than that.
He's 7,000 years old, and he haunts our every waking step. Do you remember the part of Final Girl Support Group?
No, because I didn't read it.
There's a part in that book that I absolutely love where it's like, she took the secret computer out of her wall. She took the secret processor out of her wall. Good thing I have my secret processor. That way I can get the data for my computer.
Also, I did realize that I have read another Grady Hendrix book that I like far more than any of his other things. I forgot that he wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism. That is not a bad one.
I don't think he's inherently bad. I just think
no. He's slop. No offense.
I think that I really hated Final Girl Support Group, and I liked parts of How to Sell a Haunted House, so I'm interested to see how I'm going to feel about...
Also, My Best Friend's Exorcism, that movie was fucking dog shit. Very fucking bad.
Looking at Grady Hendrix' list, he actually has a book that I'm putting on my want to read that I'm curious about, and it's...
The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, is that the one?
No, it's actually a nonfiction book he wrote. He wrote Paperbacks from Hell, The Twisted History of the 70s and 80s Horror Fiction.
Yeah, I did see that. That is that's the thing. Like we said, love, hate.
Well, it's like, Steve, when you're a horror author, I think this is just a fact. Grady Hendrix has a lot of books under his belt, and I think that he has 65 or so distinct books out of those. When you're a horror author, you're going to have some bangers and some bullets. You're going to have some bullets and bangers. Stephen King is the same. When I was reading through Stephen King books, I loved The Stand. I loved most of it. I love The Shining.
Yeah.
Did not care for Salem's Lot, and I did not give a shit about Tommy Knockers.
Salem's Lot was, Salem's Lot is actually really disappointing to read. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's better as a movie.
It's better. Maybe not the movie, but the miniseries. The 4-hour miniseries I thought was better handled. Even then, it's way too long. I don't know. Salem's Lot is one of those like very promising stories that just doesn't have a good adaptation.
Well, it's this like second book after Carrie, I think, too. So and then what is it? Cujo's really just sad as fuck with a bunch of advertising agency plot lines through it.
Yeah, the one that I really like is I think you didn't like this one, but I did really like the they made a Christopher Walken movie out of that one. Fuck, the something zone.
Oh, Dead Zone. Dead Zone's good. Dead Zone's good.
I like Dead Zone.
Dead Zone's
okay,
good.
You like it too? Okay, I'm happy you like it because I really like it.
The Evil Dies Tonight guy in one of the new, what is it, Halloween or is it Friday the 13th?
Yeah,
Halloween movies?
It's Halloween.
The Evil Dies Tonight guy in Halloween plays the guy from Dead Zone in the TV series.
There's a TV series?
There is a huge TV series. It's all on Amazon Prime in the US. I tried to watch it and I got really, really bored.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Also, I just learned that Grady Hendrix has a book called Bad Astronauts that is getting a movie tie-in. So,
one of these days we're gonna also have to do Clown in the Cornfield. Now that we're on a Billy pick, Clown in the Cornfield has also got to be on the list. That one is.
It has to come.
Well, Clown in the Cornfield has the third book has a Juggalo love interest.
Oh, fucking bless up.
Book 1, bad. Book 2, surprisingly pretty goog, actually. I like parts of it. Book 3, terrible. Clown in the Cornfield 1, what if Evil Town was like, the kids aren't all right? Clown in the Cornfield 2, what if the dad came back, there were paramilitary, there was a giant evil cult all coming to the town? Clown in the Cornfield 3, they're feeding Amish people dead body to drug them. There's also a Juggalo. At one point in Clown in the Cornfield 3, they literally say Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope they were not okay with the clown attacks. ICP does not endorse the clown attacks. It's such a fucking stupid. Please read
That's fucking awesome.
Clown in the Cornfield 1, 2, and 3. You will have a bad and good time.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Anyway.
All that to say, next episode, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, up to the time skip at 37 weeks. That's what it says in the book. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Remember to stay stinky.
Stay stinky. Eat broccoli and boiled eggs until you shit your pants.
Stay stinky and read. That should be our end tagline. Stay stinky and read.
Stay stinky and read. Shit yourself and read.
Poop your pants.
Poop your pants. Go poop your pants while reading a book. Ooh. Okay, we have to stop.
Yeah, we have to stop. Let's clap.
What a small boiled egg of stink we've found ourselves in. But you know what's not a whiff of boiled egg? All the support we've been getting with this new show and everything. You guys are awesome. And I especially want to thank all our top supporters on Patreon, such as Alan Diver, Avery Pascal, Boopoo Lou, Brain Soup, Brass, Cassandra Crash, Chipples, Chris Chapman, Dirt Eater 2713, Dubiology, DX Studios, Edward McMillan, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Geef, Gwydrion, Heretic Shark, I Love Waifus, I Am Scarf, Jack of All Corgs, Lambda Man, Lucavia, Moraine, Mr. Starchy, Mr. Shirt, Presta Husk, Sir Bor Blow Blister Staff, Sponge Guy, The Frost Ace, Tukin Farbin, Tyler Hall, Ulbert, Wake, and Woodstock. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope to see you once again for our next episode on Grady Hendrix's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls.